Wine fiddled fingers, eyes stuck to the floor, and bangs covered her eyes. She was embarrassed, not because she messed up her husband's important work, but because he found out before she got the chance to tell him herself. If she had the time and the chance, it wouldn't be this bad. She raised one eye to peek at him. Jungkook was sitting on the couch glaring at the laptop screen, which was showing some insect language she didn't understand. A few things were getting loaded. Actually, the records she accidentally deleted were recovering. Jungkook had a meeting where he was supposed to convince some foreign VIP clients to sign a contract. It would be a huge benefit for him and his business, but Ryan accidentally deleted them. He took his laptop to watch a movie and closed his application midway, and when the system asked for permission, she accidentally clicked on delete option. Now he looked angry. During the meeting, the records were not there, and he never liked being unprofessional. Ryan, is it working? She asked quietly. He didn't reply and kept glaring at the screen. She sighed. Seems like it was not going to work. Ryan, will you be mad if it doesn't recover? Still no answer. Ryan, I made your favorite cake. She turned, not waiting for a reply, and brought the cake. Putting it on the table beside the laptop, she waited. No movement. Ryan, it took me hours to make it. Come on, try it at least. That was when he shifted his eyes from the screen to her, and she wished he didn't. It shut her up. She had the audacity to complain about the cake when she messed his work that probably took him days to get done, never forgetting the VIP clients. Ryan, I'm sorry. She pouted. Then she sat on his lap and felt warmth in her heart when he didn't push her away. She knew he loved her more than any work or client. Smiling gently, she cupped his cheeks and pecked his lips. She then wrapped her arms around his neck and started planting sweet kisses down the nape of his neck. Ryan, I'm sorry, baby. You know I didn't mean it. We can get it fixed. She nuzzled her face in the crook of his neck. Ryan, I'll search about it and fix it. Oh, I have a friend who knows about computers a lot. Do you want me to connect her? She'll get it recovered for sure. She pulled back to see his expressions. His eyes weren't as hard as before, and she turned to look at the screen. The records were recovered, and she persuaded her lips. It was never about them, and everything about the clients and the $1 billion deal, right? Ryan, I'll persuade those people too. Jungkook, and how do you plan on doing that, darling? He squeezed her thigh. Ryan, um, present them with some good reasoning and persuade them. I can do it, you know. Jungkook, persuade me, and we're good. He grunted. Mine chuckled internally. He was too possessive to let her do any of that. He wanted all of her to himself. Sometimes, if nothing worked on him, jealousy surely did. Ryan, I love you. She pecked him again and pulled her legs up, snuggling in him. Ryan, I'll let you paint my nails. He was one hell of a messy nail painter, but he loved doing it on her anyway. Jungkook, deal. Go bring it, he said without wasting a heartbeat, and she blinked. That's it? Was he even mad or simply acting? She brought the royal green nail polish and sat beside him. Jungkook saved the files and did whatever was needed before he shut the system and turned to her, taking the bottle from her hand. He took her hand and, with such care and gentleness, he started to paint her nails. He was messy. The polish got on her skin more than it got on her nails. The layers were messy, and it looked like a work of a toddler. But he loved it, and as much as she would get angry at him for ruining her nails, she loved it more. He seemed quite satisfied after he was done with one hand. Then he proceeded to paint the nails of the other hand. She pulled it back, and he glared at her. Jungkook, put your hand back, darling, before I use my way. Why? And what's that going to be? She challenged. Jungkook grabbed her leg and pulled her close like she weighed nothing. He then grabbed her hand and started to do his work. Ryan, you better eat the cake. Jungkook, you better not move your hand and mess my hard work. She chuckled and watched his handsome face concentrated on his work. She could watch him do this forever. Once he was done, she made an impressed face and kissed his cheek. Ryan, you're getting better at this. He pulled her on his lap again. This time, her back was against his chest. He took the cake and made a bite, moving it to her lips. Ryan, I didn't poison it. Jungkook laughed and she ate it. He then proceeded to take his own bite and almost closed his eyes at the taste. He loved it, for a damn reason. Jungkook, no beautiful thing is coming to me before it crossed you. That's exactly how Wine knew he would give her the first and the last bite of his every meal. He ate up the cake, feeding her alongside. Wine, will it be fine? I didn't mean to delete anything. Jungkook, I should have checked before entering the meeting. It's not your fault. I'll handle it. Don't worry about it. Wine, and the deal? Will they agree? Jungkook, it's my headache, darling. I've got this. You just need to focus on me. She stole the last bite off the cake and earned a scowl from him, even though it was hers anyway. Jungkook, hey, you ruined it. He grabbed her hand and looked at the nail paint. Jungkook, you should have let them dry. Ryan, excuse me? That's how you applied it on my nails. It was on my fingers before too. Jungkook, though, it wasn't. I played it real good. Wine. Seriously? She rolled her eyes and he squeezed her thigh again and kissed her. She kissed him back. He then laid her down and hovered above her. He showered her with kisses before he laid beside her, and she snuggled in him, feeling the warmth radiating out of his body. Jungkook, I love you, and no deal is going to ever replace that.